Hi everyone, it's Carly Michelle and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different. As you can probably tell by the title, this is going to be a very different video than what I would usually do. But this is something that is very real in my life that is happening, and it's super weird and I have no idea what it is. So you're going to have to tell me if you have experienced some of these things too. But yeah, let's get into it. So this is going to be more of a collection of stories and instances, all those things tied to one. And when I realized something weird is going on, I'm not saying that I'm psychic. I do not believe in psychics. I do not think they are real, but I definitely do think something weird is going on. I'm calling it intuition. I'm not calling it psychic because I do not believe that psychics are real. So let's get into it. This first story is when I first started to realize, something weird might be going on here. This story happened last year, my freshman year of high school. So it was around the end of the year. It was a Thursday, and for some reason, I had a weird feeling that I was going to babysit. But, I hadn't had anyone ask me that day, or like the people that usually ask me haven't asked me, and they usually would have asked me in the beginning of the week to babysit that weekend. So I was like, that is so weird. I just feel like I'm going to babysit this weekend. It gets to the end of my 6th hour, and we're allowed to go on our phones. So I go on my phone and I see that somebody from my church asked me, by the way, she didn't have my number. I didn't give her my number. She got it from my friend's mom, and I've never babysat her daughter before, and she asked me to babysit her. I was like, that is so weird. I have never. So I texted her back. I was like, yeah, like sure. I didn't mention that. I was like, that was really weird. I didn't say anything. I just thought it was like in my head or something. I was thinking about it and I was like, oh my gosh, what if this is the first time I'm babysitting her? What if I mess up? What if she's like allergic to sunscreen or something, and I screw up and I put sunscreen on her? I'm not even kidding. That was like literally the thing I was thinking in my head. Like I had the scenario and I envisioned it in my head, me doing that. So I was like, no, I was just like, make sure you just ask her what she's allergic to whenever you get to her house. So it's Saturday, I get to her house and I remember to ask her if she's allergic to anything. Guys, she was allergic to sunscreen. Whenever she said that, I lost my mind in my head. I didn't say, I was like, oh, okay. But in my mind, I was freaking out. That was the first time where I had like an oh my freaking gosh moment. That is the craziest one I think I might have. So I get a lot of these things where I would think them and they would happen. Or like I would just have a couple thoughts and then all of a sudden they happen. So there's a lot of those like tiny little stories that happen a lot. Like I would think like, I wonder if this person's gonna come here today. I just have like feelings, so this person's gonna be at our youth group today, and she's never been a youth group before, and she just shows up. We have a very small youth group, but she showed up. And I said, how did I know that? I wouldn't say I knew it, but like I was definitely thinking about it a lot. Like I think she's gonna show up to youth group, but there was no reason why. Yes, there was a reason why she might show up, but she's never gone to youth group before. So I was like, that's so weird. And then a lot of things, like I'll be thinking of a song. It'll play on the radio, or I'll be playing a song and then someone across the room will be singing it and they can't even hear me. Here's a crazy one, okay? This is between me and my friend, so maybe it's because like we're friends or whatever, but we actually like have a lot of moments where we think stuff and do stuff at the exact same time. That happens a lot. Science explains that, like how like if you spend a lot of time with someone, that'll happen. It just gets really creepy. I was in my 4th hour English class. It was the middle of the day. I texted a lot in that class. Like I texted a lot in there. So my friend texted me out of the blue, and she never texts me during school. So she just said, hey, hi, aren't you in school? And she said, no, I'm at home because I'm sick. I said, oh, okay. And she said, yeah, and earlier that day, it was like maybe a Thursday or Wednesday or something, getting close to the end of the week. It was the middle of the winter, and one of my friends and I's favorite thing to do is in the wintertime, we bundle up in her bonus room because it's so cold, so like we get to have like all the blankets on us. We watch movies in there. One of the movies that we watch a lot is The Hunger Games. So I was like, I really want to go to her house, watch The Hunger Games, hang out this weekend. And she texted me and she said, yeah, I'm watching The Hunger Games right now. in the middle of class, I like put my hand over my mouth and I was like, oh, I didn't say anything. It was because we were watching a movie or something. I was like, oh, I was freaking out. It was insane. And I told her and I said, that is so weird because I was just thinking about watching the Hunger Games with you. What? Fast forward, a lot of like these small little things like where I'm guessing, like I'll think something in my head and then all of a sudden it happens, and I get a lot of deja vu. I've always gotten deja vu for a very, very long time, but I never really paid attention to it, like, why am I deja vuing or something right now? Over the summer, I had like a lot of like weird things happen, like where I'll think something and it'll happen, or like, I'm not saying that like I control it, but I'll just be thinking about something and it happens. Fast forward to homecoming of my sophomore year. I was going dress shopping and it was one of the last stores we went to. I saw this dress. Actually, I'm gonna go get it. I saw this dress. I don't know if it's in the frame. This dress right here. I saw this dress at David's Bridal. And for some reason, this girl that I knew were friends with in the beginning of the year was going to wear that dress. I had no idea why I would think that. And then I started thinking like, oh, I went on a softball trip to Florida with her and she was wearing green and this is green. Maybe that's why. I don't know. It was really weird. So I ended up trying on the dress and I really loved it. So I got it. For some reason, I couldn't stop thinking about that dang incident, like where I was like, she's gonna wear that dress. In my head, I was just thinking it a lot. What if she wears that dress? No, I don't have any like proof that she's gonna wear it. She didn't show me it or anything. I know as a fact she didn't post any pictures about it, nothing. And I figured that out because later I had talked to her. But anyway, we get to the dance. I see her. She is wearing this dress. And my mouth dropped. I said, oh my gosh, how did I know that? How? That is so freaky to me. And then later on in the year, I talked about how we were wearing the same dress. I was talking about how I get so many things like where I'm almost like having thoughts and then they happen. So I told her about that and I asked her, like, did you post anything about the dress like before the dance? Did you do any of this and any of that? And she said, no. I didn't post a picture. She was like, I never posted a picture on social media about the dress. And that is so freaky. She didn't tell me about the dress and I just had the strangest feeling that she was gonna wear it. But I ignored it because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let a feeling stop me from getting a dress that I really love. So that's what I did. I got the dress, showed up, she was wearing it. That is so freaky to me. So a lot of these little incidents have happened since then. I'm just going over the main ones. Fast forward to maybe like winter, end of winter, midwinter, around that time. I was just about to get my license and I was driving down this road in my area that is very long. Sometimes if you're just in there the right time of day, there's deer. There can be deer there. And you know, I've seen deer there a couple of times, but like not too often. I was talking to my brother. Just all of a sudden, we were driving down the road and I remembered like, oh, hey, have you ever seen deer on this road? And he goes, deer, what? No. I'm in the passenger seat. This side of the road, I kid you not, a deer was right there. Just right there. And I go, oh my gosh, there's a deer right there. And he goes, what? And dude, he's like, dang, I didn't even see that deer. And then he goes, that was freaky. I said, I know, I don't know what's going on. I did not see the deer before I asked him about the deer. This was literally like a 30-second conversation of whether or not he's seen a deer, and then literally 30 seconds later, a deer pops out. I did not see the deer, anything like that. But this one is very weird. I had a choir trip to New York planned, and we were gonna go, but for some reason, since December, now remember, things that were going on in the world, in December, I didn't know anything about the coronavirus. Like, I thought it was very stupid that we were making such a big deal out of it. I never thought that it would come to the US, so I wasn't really thinking about that around December. I was just enjoying Christmas. I got to December and I was kind of not really wanting to go to New York City anymore. I had a bad feeling. There was a couple of reasons why I didn't want to go anymore, but ultimately, like, I was trying to narrow down why I had such a bad feeling about going to New York, and I couldn't figure it out. So I kept making up like these multiple reasons in my mind why I didn't want to go all of a sudden, and it was manifesting for a long time. And then I made a decision around February. I was talking over it with my friend. I prayed to God a lot about it, trying to figure out why I didn't want to go. Like, I had a strong feeling that I shouldn't go, that God didn't want me to go, all these different reasons why I shouldn't go. I was talking to my friend the night I decided, and I said, I don't know, I just have a really bad feeling. Like, I don't want to say this, but I feel like something bad is gonna happen. It was insane that I said that. I'm not even kidding. I talked about it with my friend later after the trip got canceled, and I was talking to her. I was like, remember I told you that I thought something bad was gonna happen to New York and that we shouldn't go? And she was like, yeah, that is so crazy to me. And then that week, a whole bunch of people started to back out of the trip. That whole week, which was insane. So there are some of my few insane, intuition stories, and I have a lot more incidences like this that I will go over eventually, mostly covering the deja vu part of it, which is really freaky. But by all means, I'm not saying that I am psychic, because I do not believe in psychics. I don't know. I honestly just think I have a very strong sixth sense, and it is getting crazy. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you ever had any of these moments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!